Hello my friends and welcome back. In this video we're going to learn about a very important concept of object-oriented programming, which is abstraction. Abstraction allows us to hide unnecessary details and only show the needed information. This allows us to manage complexity by hiding the details. A practical example of abstraction can be the vehicles. We can, in the car, apply start or stop methods, but we're not going to deeply dive into the working mechanism of starting and stopping the engine of this vehicle. The major advantage of hiding the working of the start and stop mechanism is that the manufacturer can implement the stop and start from different vehicles like cars, trucks, and so on. Let's take an example that helps us to better understand Java abstraction. To create an abstract class, you need to use the abstract keyword. So you can see the abstract keyword is before the class, a public abstract class vehicle. Now the vehicle class won't allow you to create an instance from it. So if we go to the main here, if I create a vehicle v3 equal to new vehicle, you can see I have an error and it's not a concrete class like this. I need to replace it with one of its children, like the car or the truck. Back to the vehicle. I create an abstract method called break. Whenever you create an abstract method, you don't define any body. But what's the usage of this abstract method? Let's move to the car and truck siblings of the vehicle and understand the usage of the abstract method. Here we have an error because if we hover the mouse here over this red line, we can see that the car class must either be declared abstract or implement the abstract method break in vehicle. The abstract method here, break, should be implemented in the car. So Alt plus enter, or you can simply implement the method and click OK. You can see that we overrided the break. In this case, we are forcing the class car to implement the break method. And if you notice that the stop method will not be implemented and we didn't force the car method to implement it. But whenever you define an abstract, you should implement it in the children classes. Now, I'll create here system.out.print. I'm going to print applying mechanical brake whenever I call the brake method. Let's move to the truck, and you can see truck also has an error. We need to implement the brake method. Click OK to implement it. And here I am applying hydraulic. And this type of brakes is used in the trucks. The car will apply the mechanical brake while the truck will apply the hydraulic brake. And you can see that there is a different implementation of brakes. So all the subclasses of a vehicle class would have different implementation of a brake method. Let's test this program. Here I created V1 as a car and V2 as a truck. Also, whenever we declare a method as an abstract, we can't create objects of this abstract class. In this example, either we create a car or a vehicle, and this is the polymorphism concept. Let's start by V1 and V2, starting the engine of V1 and the V2 vehicles, and V1 dot apply the brake and V2 dot brake. Let's test the brake, and here we go. The car starts, the truck starts, and here applying the mechanical brake for vehicle number 1, which is the car, and applying the hydraulic brake for vehicle number 2, which is the truck. So you can see the abstract class and the abstract implementation of the brake method, that it is used differently in cars and trucks, which are the siblings and the children of the vehicle. So abstraction in Java allows you to use classes and objects without worrying about the details of their implementation, making programming easier and more fun, just like using the brake in the vehicles and the different types of the children of vehicles like the car and the truck in this example.